And the Grizzlies start out with the ball. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. The kick out to Westbrook. Brooks against Harden. Passes to Covington. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. And the level of detail that Robert Covington approaches defense with is just phenomenal. He is always prepared for his matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's an outstanding defender, Kevin, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got excellent speed and quickness for a guy of his size, good length and strength, outstanding hands. But he does a nice job of studying his opponent and what he needs to do to be effective defensively. I think he's one of the better defenders in the game and on the wing.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
And for so many things that the Rockets do right, one area they can lapse in is rebounding.
Yeah, and a big part of that, I think, is they play a lot of small ball, and the defense is decent, but the rebounding suffers when they go small. They were bottom 3 in the league last year in rebounding.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside. Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Here's Morant. James Harden picking up that last basket. Stolen by Tucker. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Harden, no good. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Morant. Tries again, and Valanciunas puts it in.
Man, he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
House. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Assist from.
Here is Anderson. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And the shot goes down.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Morant. And Anderson has it in the corner. Clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. Rebounded by Covington.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Off target from outside. Memphis leading. Now Morant. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that was all Morant. Aware of the defense, figuring out how to get to his spot.
Stolen by Brooks. And it's Memphis on the break. And Anderson slams it in.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Westbrook. Tries a 3. Rebounded by Jackson. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Here's Brooks. And another basket for Memphis. It seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shots importance in the game.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Winslow, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. Memphis on defense. Houston moving it around. Pass to Harden. They need this. And the rejection by Jackson. There's Winslow. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And last year, a bit of a pivot for Justice Winslow in terms of his game. Found one of the better ways he could contribute to the team is through his developing playmaking skills.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Winslow, he filled in at the point when Dragic was injured last season.
And Winslow looked really comfortable in that playmaking role. We know he struggled with his shooting, but when he can contribute with his passing, it adds another layer to his game.
Houston making a switch here. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Green comes in for Robert Covington. Then McLemore, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Now here's Rivers. Pass to McLemore. And here's Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Right through the D for the layup.
Love seeing Gordon work in the pick and roll. Great at pulling up to shoot once the screen comes his way.
Jones looking for an opening. The pass to Winslow. Lets it go from 14. And the shot is long.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look. But when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Here's Clark. Great D that time from Green. Here's McLemore, and the dunk by McLemore.
Boy, I love Eric Gordon as a combo guard. He's a multi-talented player who can play either guard position.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Gorky Dangs checked in for Valanciunas. .133 left in the first. Rivers passes to Green. They swipe it. He's guarded by Rivers. Down low, here's Jang. Chandler with the block.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
Now here's Rivers. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 to shoot. Here's Green. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Outside, Jones. Passes it to Clark. In the corner, Winslow with it. Can they get it? And Chandler sends it back. Rivers against Winslow. There's Green with the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Green's got 5.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And here's Gordon from outside.
And, you know, Jackson has the talent, I think, to be an elite defender. Size, speed, and reach really annoy shooters.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Houston on top as they score 11 unanswered points to close out the quarter. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. It's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
Houston in the lead. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Memphis. Gorgie Dang is out there with Clark. Then there's Allen. Then it's Josh Jackson. And it's Melton in at the 1 spot.
You gotta know this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
Now here's Rivers. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Gordon, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon.
And Gordon just continues to prove why he's so valuable. I mean, he knows he's out there to shoot the ball, and he does it very well.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Rockets. Both free throws good from Eric Gordon. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Trailing by 2. Here's Clark. Carroll covering, and they pick up 2. Clark! And here's Rivers. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Sefolosha. The 3. No good that time. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Melton passes to Clark. Kicks to Jackson. Allen outside. Just 5 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. And it's Memphis with another.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
That's a 2 from Gordon. They get it back. Second chance shot. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically Typically, there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. Anderson comes in for Clark. Brooks checked in for Jackson. And it's Morant in for DeAnthony Melton. Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chandler. Robert Covington comes in for Cephalosha. James Harden, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Austin Rivers. Harden inside the three-point line. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. They get the rebound.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Morant with it. Now Covington defending. And he makes that one.
That's just good offense beating good defense, something Morant's grown accustomed to.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Now Morant. After Westbrook's missed 3, here's Jackson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
No surprise there. I mean, realizing he has the size advantage, he exploits it perfectly.
And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Here's Morant following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Shot up 2 there. 6 points for Ja Morant.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Brooks dishes to Allen. Out left to the wing. Now here's Morant, guarded by Tucker.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball was right there.
For 3, Westbrook. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Tipped away. Now here's Morant. 6 points for him. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And Morant gets it to go on the assist from Jackson. Morant's got 9.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And the shot is good.
And you know Westbrook is fearless. Likes getting deep inside and finishing around the rim and plays in attack mode all the time.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. A lot of different ways, Clark, to construct a roster. What would be your preference as a general manager? Any direction you might want to go?
Well, obviously, if you have an opportunity to get an outstanding franchise-type point guard or versatile wing player in today's game, I think those are the pieces that you really need to start with.
Because there's so much spacing and so much switching on defense.
Exactly, and I failed to mention a two-way player at that wing spot who can defend multiple positions but also has a pretty strong offensive skill set.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. On the wing, Harden, all sorts of time, and the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside, Jones. Valanciunas trying to free himself up, and there it is for him. And that's now 6 points for Jaren Jackson.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Jones kicks to Valanciunas. Jones against Westbrook. Now here's Winslow. He's covered closely. And a miss there on the triple. Rockets trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
From deep, McLemore. And Winslow pulls it down. On the wing, Jones. Back to Winslow. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Now it's a 6-point Memphis lead.
And they've repeatedly pulled inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And so it's Memphis with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. In the second quarter, they were easily the better team. The points started coming for them in bunches, and they built a 6-point lead by halftime. Kenny, what do you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense, called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Whatever their game plan was defensively coming in, that needs to change. Can't let a team shoot for a percentage in the high 50s and expect to come out on top. It's on the coaches and the players to adjust.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back, Kevin Harlan. Go.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what you're seeing from Morant.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
So on the floor for Houston, Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. PJ Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's House in at the 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Anderson against Covington. Anderson with the ball. Second chance effort. That one misses. Good D by Harden. Covington wide open. He fires. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
From deep, Harden. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Valanciunas has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense. Moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Here's Morant. James Harden picking up that last basket. Now Morant, 11 points in the game. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And the Grizzlies making a change here.
One shot.
Clark's checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. And the free throw, no good. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
Now here's Morant. Harden missing his last shot, and Harden comes to help. Count the basket. Valanciunas has got 5 now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Anderson. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brooks. Houston also making some changes. Chandler comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Morant kicks to Jackson. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Second team foul.
That one's on Eric Gordon. The Grizzlies have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
Three shots.
He misses the free throw.
You know, when I saw Jackson back in college, I thought he was the best two-way player in the country. I mean, he's athletic, he's confident, he's aggressive. Man, he plays with the verve that you like to see a guy play with.
Damari Carroll's checked in for James Harden. He hits the 2nd from the line. And he nails the 3rd. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 2nd half. Outside Covington.
Hey, who's watching now?
In the corner, it's Gordon. Fires it up. Wide open shot is on the money. Gordon's got 8. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Here's Morant. 13 points in the game. Inside. And there's the call on Austin Rivers.
Houston foul.
That's his 1st foul.
His first personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Covington with the steal.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
That one falls. And now it's only a 5-point Grizzly lead.
And Gordon doing a nice job measuring these inside shots well. I mean, has a solid, quick release pretty much from anywhere on the floor.
Now here's Morant. Valanciunas passes to Morant. Yep, that one goes in there.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one. Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Robert Covington. That's good from Morant.
And the work ethic that Morant has, it sets him up nicely. Make no mistake, this guy wants to be an all-time great.
Now here's McLemore. In the corner, it's Gordon. Buries it from 3-point range. Gordon's got 7 points for the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Jackson. Here's Valanciunas. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And it's 7 points for Valanciunas.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And it's Carroll in the corner. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And there's no reason to lay off Carroll now. I mean, he's a threat to shoot off the pass.
There's the pass to Morant. Here's Valanciunas. The shot comes out. Chandler with the defensive effort. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
That's his third personal foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Well, they've also really been down in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
And that one falls for Carroll.
You know, a rugged, experienced player. The shooting and defense Carroll provides, it's really what makes him so valuable.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. Westbrook comes in for Rivers. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And so it's Memphis with it. It's a 3-point game. Clark finds Valanciunas. Back to Clark. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Clark.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. Trailing by 5. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
Now here's Valanciunas. He's got 7. Just 5 on the clock. Jones, the pass to Valanciunas. A fadeaway, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game.
And, you know, for backup point guard Tyus Jones, you love the way he plays defense. I mean, comes in and buzzes around, creates a lot of havoc, forces turnovers, great hands, and quick feet.
Now Jones, after Westbrook's missed 3. Passes it to Valanciunas. He kicks to Winslow. With nobody on him, he parries the jumper. Now it's a 7-point Grizzly lead.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
For 3, Westbrook. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for him.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The Grizzlies have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Winslow. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson comes in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Anderson in for Clark. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. Daniel House comes in for Gordon. And it's Harden in for Ben McLemore. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. Westbrook dishes to House. Harden outside, pass to Tucker, just 4 to shoot. Houston moving the ball around, kept alive. Here's Green, and the rejection by Jackson. There's the lob to Jackson, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
5 seconds left in the third. Here's Tucker. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the 4th. Grizzlies lead by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Anderson and Jackson inside. Brooks is out there with Jones, and it's Winslow in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Winslow finds Jackson, and he makes good on the layup. Jackson's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Memphis. Outside Westbrook. Pass to Harden. Takes it from 10. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Scooped up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Robert Covington picks one up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Morant's checked in. Jackson hits both of them. Rockets trailed by 8. Here's Westbrook. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Now here's Winslow. Jackson. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And that one's good. House.
Unselfishness, always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Westbrook. And another miss by Memphis. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Buries the long-range jumper. Westbrook's got 13 points in the second half.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, PJ gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Memphis. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
And the Rockets with possession here, following Ja Morant's three. Anderson with the block. There's the lob to Jackson. Deft touch on the alley-oop. Now it's a 6-point Grizzly lead.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Now, here's Tucker. Harden outside from downtown. Grizzlies with the rebound. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used this contribution.
House the pass to Covington. And here's Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Jackson. And Westbrook gets it to go.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
The pass to Morant. Back to Anderson. Outside Jackson. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Brooks kicks to Morant. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. 22 points for Ja Morant.
Yeah, when Morant gets it dialed up, he can be unstoppable. Just too many ways to score.
Now, here is Harden. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Now, here's Morant. Here's Valanciunas. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Houston gets called for the foul.
Shooting for Memphis, Jonas Valanciunas. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. Here is Harden. From deep, drains the three-pointer. Harden's got 5 points now this quarter.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Now, here's Westbrook. On the wing, Harden. Misses off the right iron.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Now, here's Valanciunas. Valanciunas, guarded by Tucker. Brooks outside. Passes it to Valanciunas. 5 to shoot. Pass to Morant. And Gordon over to help. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Anderson. And they convert it last on attempt number 3. Anderson's got the lead up to 10 now for Memphis. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're behind by 10. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. The 3 from Harden drills the three-pointer.
You know, the confidence Harden has in his three-point shot, especially that step back that he shoots, is just mind-boggling. He loves letting it fly from deep.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. Over Westbrook. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Outside Covington. And the rejection by Jackson. Brooks finds Valanciunas. So the Grizzlies take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.